Got a replay from Gotrek Starbreaker and Black Knight. Lizardman versus the High Elves. Black Knight on his classic High Elves, though. He has a third Dragon Prince instead of some Malingering Reavers, so that's different. Otherwise, it is the Black Knight special. For Gotrek, I don't get to see him play Lizardman a lot. And we do have some fun bits in here. 5 Skink Skirmishers, 3 Skink Cohorts, 4 Skink Cohorts with Javelins, and then a Red Crested Skink unit in the middle. We do have 3 Feral Cold Ones, the Clostodon Hunter, Ripidactyl Rider, Regiment of Renown, the Umbral Tide, Salamander Hunting Pack, Regiment of Renown, and a Salon Mage Priest of Shadows with Melkoths and Enfeebling Foe. We also have Getblom's Terror, the Feral Carnosaur Regiment of Renown. It has Vanguard deployment, and it can hide in the woods. That is really all that's special about this guy. I also think he can't rampage, but Lizardmen are pretty good at dealing with that regardless. On the other side for Black Knight, this is his tried and true build. We have some Spearmen for the front line, looks like 5 of them total. 4 Archers, and then 3 Dragon Princes, one of which is the Fireborn. We have a Mage of Life with just Earthblood and Life Bloom passive, and Imric up on his dragon. Already very, very bloody for some reason. I guess he has taken a little bit of damage, but Jesus, that seems like way too much blood for how much damage he's taken. Alright, let's do it. The Skirmishing Skinks have fallen back. They're no match for the High Elf Archers, so they'll have to rely on their melee infantry to get them a little bit of space before they move up and do some skirmishing. Imric lands in the Skink cohorts, getting some free damage out while he perceives he can. There's no net to stop him from leaving, and no significant mass outside of the Clostodon Hunters that he can see, and they're very far away, so he should be able to get back to the safety of his lines whenever he feels like it. Archers are trying to rampage the Feral Cold Ones, which would take them straight into Spears. It looks like that is working on one flank. Yeah, they're going to run straight into Spears. And the Fireborn are ready to help out if needed, though the High Elves have complete mobility dominance. 3 Feral Cold Ones versus triple Dragon Princes is just not even a competition. Lord of Dragons is down on the Clostodon Hunters, but a huge banishment punishes the blob the High Elves accidentally formed, hitting a Dragon Prince, 2 Archers, the Fireborn, and another Archer. So 2 of their Archers are almost out of the game already. That is a nasty start for Lizardman. Getblom's Terror is still just chilling. I think he wants to duel Imric in the late game. Feral Cold Ones are waiting for their turn to get to play as Imric is chasing off the Clostodon Hunters, and the Skinks are firing around, but man, the High Elf front line is having a bad time. There's so many Skinks swarming around them, and Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma doing damage to them as well. Salamander Hunting Pack is trying to get damage out. They're firing into the Fireborn and do almost no damage. That physical resistance and fire resistance and shielded and armored is really brutal. I personally hate Salamanders. I think they are wildly overrated. A ton of people are using them right now, and I just don't get it. They look cool, but they do, like, fucking no damage. They only do damage versus large, unarmored targets, which, spoiler alert, so do Skink Javelins and Skink Skirmishers. And Skink Javelins and Skirmishers are tankier and cheaper. I don't know. I hate these things. They look cool. I'll never pretend they don't look cool, but I hate them. Maybe he's using them as a tech piece, because anything that's on fire gets less healing. Maybe, but just get a Fire Slam then. I don't know, man. Now they're firing into the Archers. The Archers haven't fired back at them, and that is one thing. If the Archers start shooting at the Salamanders, they're going to take so much damage so fast. And as I say that, they finally start getting shot. They're not taking a ton of damage just yet, so maybe I'm a liar. Getblom's Terror has joined the fight, along with the Clostodon Hunters against these Dragon Princes who are enfeebling Foed and Melkoth, just trying to slow them down a little bit. The Salamanders do have to fall back. Dragon Prince is doing what they can to peel for the Archers instead of diving the enemy Skirmishers and whatnot. There's just a lot for the Dragon Princes to be doing right now. They do rout off some more Skinks. And Getblom's Terror gets a fight with Imric. Lord of Dragons does not appear to be off cooldown, so this guy is going to get the duel he finally wants. And he has enough stats to actually get through Imric's crazy high abilities. Clostodon Hunters pops Toad's Rage to rampage in here, and Feral Cold Ones are also going to block Imric in, so Imric's in a really bad spot. He does not want to be fighting all of these things at the same time, and it really does show. Enfeebling Foe is down from the Salon, giving him only 30 melee defense. That allows even the Feral Cold Ones to participate. And yeah, he's down to half HP in the blink of an eye. Black Knight does not have regrowth, he just has Earthblood, so healing up Imric will take a long time. And it doesn't look like he has a long time, as Imric's taking a ton of damage, down to about 1/3 HP. His nearby Dragon Princes are routed off, the Fireborn are busy elsewhere, as are the regular Dragon Princes. And Imric losing the fight against Getblom's Terror. Definitely a 1v1, totally legit. Though it has gotten 1,000 value. Dragon Prince's countercharge in. Now, they're going to love fighting anything in this area. They have really good anti-large, really good stats, but a Melkoth's Mystify Miasma attacks them down yet again. Imric's back up into the sky, gets down a Dragon Breath attack onto Getblom's Terror, doing a lot of damage. And with Archer support and the Dragon Princes, this is going a bit better for the High Elves. And Imric is even back in once again. Alright, he doesn't give up that easily. Another Enfeebling Foe trying to whittle him down, get rid of those stats, and shield the old ones to buff up the Lizardmen. Elsewhere for the Lizardmen, their front line has taken a lot of damage as Black Knights, Dragon Princes have charged a lot of them down to nothing. In the distance, the Emerald Tide are down to 1/3 HP and trying to participate. And the Dragon Princes are killing off more and more skirmishers. Clawstone Hunters pop another Toad Rage, rampaging once more, and Getblom's Terror is still dueling with Imric. Imric may have overstayed his welcome, though now more Dragon Princes try and rejoin the fight after the Fireborn so anti-courageously, whatever. They abandoned him. That's my point. Clawstone Hunter's Terror out off. Feral Cold One's going to get going soon, and Getblom's Terror will be left to 1v1 Imric for real this time. And Imric is not amused. High Elf Spear is still holding against the Skink Tide. And the Fireborn trying to push off Skink Skirmishers and buy Imric a little bit of unpoisoned time to fight back against Getblom's Terror. Lord of Dragons bringing its stats down to 1526, and Dragonhorn buffing up Imric quite a lot. Salamander Hunting Pack are also in range to start firing at stuff. Stuff is vague. They don't really know what they're shooting at either. Getblom's Terror is routing. Feral Cold Ones are routing. Lizardmen are ahead on the balance of power. But if Imric can keep getting Earthbloods along with these Dragon Princes, maybe they can carry it? I don't know. They're running out of models is the biggest problem. More healing for Imric and the Fireborn, though the Fireborn are barely still in this game. Getting shot by the Salamander Hunting Pack is whittling them down and reducing the healing they would get. Getblom's Terror is also back. A big breath attack from Imric onto some Skinks and some Feral Cold Ones. Does decent damage to them, but the Clawstone Hunters are back. Most of the High Elf Archers are running away from various kinds of Skinks. We have a couple healthy Spearmen left, and that is really it as far as the battlefield goes. Fireborn are almost dead. Those Dragon Princes are almost dead. I don't even know where the third Dragon Prince is, which makes me think it is dead. Imric lands on Getblom's Terror, but another Enfeebling Foe is waiting for him. These things have just been constant. With Poison Skinks firing in, Getblom's Terror dueling against him, and a Slann lending its aid, maybe Imric will finally die. Another Earthblood tries to keep him standing. He's down to 0 leadership, but he's getting more health back. But that's it. Imric will rout. Getblom's Terror is going to chase him along with the Clawstone Hunters. Balance power is turning dangerously close to army losses against the High Elves. And that is looking like it as the Salamander Hunting Packs continue to fire. The High Elves just either didn't have the time for the Dragon Prince to go commit to them or just didn't do it. But I was surprised those guys were allowed to fire all game long. And still didn't even come close to paying for themselves. God, I hate that unit. Alright, Imric's still getting walked off. Getblom's Terror is following him around, not going to let him get back into the sky. And that is looking like GG. $3,600 value for the Shadow Slann. $1,800 for the Clawstone Hunters. Good damage on the Skinks. Not as much as Skink Skirmishers. And then the Getblom's Terror paid for itself, which is nice. Dueling Imric. It is, like, that is the state of the Carnosaurs, though, is that even with constant buff support from the Slann Enfeebling Foe against Imric whenever possible, that this thing still barely managed to pay for itself versus them. Carnosaurs need a cost reduction or a stat increase, one or the other, but right now they're just not effective. Imric an even 2,000 value. Dragon Princes overall did well. Archers did okay. Spearmen held forever, and that is that. Roar!
Subscribe, yes, yes.